hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. So that kind of leads into this next question. I did want to make it gender specific, but I tried it to not to. But I don't know if it hits the same, but we'll see. So, are people wasting too much time in relationships? Example, not divorcing, expecting traditionalism from modern women, expecting men to not cheat, shit like that. See, I told you I should have made it gender specific. I can't think that wide.
It's not about making it gender specific, but you say if we're looking at time and when to leave, what does that have to do with modern women and traditionalism? I'm just trying to put it together.
You're right. I'm trying to acquiesce to y'all. Let me just ask the question I want to ask. Hold on. Are men wasting too much time in relationships? Because we don't divorce. We want all these things from women who don't want to give it. We end up in sexless marriages and yada yada yada. Like, do we need to like switch it up, or are we doing the right thing by staying when we're not happy? Because I know we don't put happiness at the top of our totem pole a lot of the time. Go ahead, Gunny.
Yeah, no, I think that we are doing the right thing by staying when we're not happy because, we're in the leadership position. So that comes with leadership. Our roles are different between men and women. So, as far as the patience aspect of it, I think that men have more to lose than women do. Because ultimately, when we go into the relationship, we're the leaders. We're the ones that should be out there in front. So we hold the ultimate responsibility for the family breaking apart. So we have to exercise more caution and more patience with keeping the family unit together. So,
but has it been effective?
I don't know, man. I can't really answer that because I could answer that with personal experience. I could answer that with statistics. I can't answer it. I'm gonna have to pass that to somebody else.
Let me ask you a question, Gunny. Has it been effective?
For myself personally?
I just want an answer. You never not answer a day in your life. Now all of a sudden you got tongue tied.
No, it is. It's a difficult question, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's a difficult question.
Give it for the stats then.
Was that?
All right, use the general statistics.
Has it been effective? No, it hasn't been effective. It hasn't been, because no matter how much we try to hold the family unit together, we're not the sole contributors to keeping the relationship intact. The woman, she has to say so too. So statistically, we can look at it, the facts, and say that women divorce us more. So no matter how much we want to keep the marriages together and keep it running, ultimately we don't have the say so in it. So has it been effective in general across all race spectrums? The answer is absolutely not. It hasn't been.
Yeah. Read the super chat for me, Gunny.
Mike Brown, $2 super chat, going to the Liz. That happens every homecoming.
So what happens is, just for clarity, if you just chime in and shout out to y'all, a girl that we used to know bring her boy to the Elizabeth City, and we tapping each other. Yo, this nigga wilding. You know what I mean? So that would have been P if he listened to Asia, even though she wasn't telling the truth. So that's crazy.
Talking about. Well, since you called on me,
I didn't call on you. I didn't call on you at all.
I heard my name.
Not a little bit. I was actually going to Keith. I just used you as an example of being hypocritical.
I heard my name.
Trust me. Don't you worry. I didn't call on you. We don't.
I actually agree with Gunny, but go ahead, go to Chief.
All right. Well, yeah, you can agree with him. Chief.
She agreed.
Chief.
It's a full moon out there.
Hey, Gunny, she just was being hypocritical on the last one. Don't believe it, because when she get on, ain't no else gonna say. Chief.
Yes, sir.
So it hasn't been effective, and we've been trying. Should we do something different?
Uh, I that's a tough question to answer because I feel like we have to give it our most valiant effort. You know what I'm saying? In order to make it work. But what happens is when we don't leave when we should have left, we end up in a resentful place. And then the onus starts to become on us because we're not doing the things we were supposed to be doing. We're not following through. We're not treating like we were before. So now she leaves because of all the things that we're supposedly not doing, but it started because of what she wasn't doing or whatever our reasoning was for us to leave in the first place that we didn't. Am I making sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like fool me twice, shame on you, right? Or shame on me.
Yeah. So that's kind of what's happening. So we didn't leave when we were supposed to. And now we're resentful and we're holding back and not doing some of the things we're doing. And now she's like, you ain't doing this, that, and the third. But like I told you, you wasn't doing your part. And all of a sudden you want to leave me and take half my shit.
Do you think they know that men aren't trying to leave? You think women know that?
Yeah.
So, Mr. White, are they using that to their advantage?
No. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't think they feel like the man. I don't think they're thinking about that. Like, oh, I can just do whatever and they won't leave. I think the majority of the time they really are not even looking outside of themselves, right? So they just see themselves as being unhappy, unappreciated, things like that. I do think us staying. I don't think us starting to leave will be. I think that would just make things worse because then you'll just have the destruction of the family a lot sooner. I think what we need to change is how we stay, right? So can we still stay and still show love towards our wife, right? Not working on the marriage is not convincing them or begging them to stay. It's okay, you want to, it's not my desire, but if you want to go, okay, cool. But I'm still going to check in on you. I'm still going to make sure you have, the things that you need, but don't fight for nobody to stay with you. I think if men approached it that way, even if the woman did leave, she would ultimately come back. Because a lot of times with divorces, after the fact, women always end up regretting it and always want to finally come back too. So I think if we did that a lot sooner, let them go, families probably would reconcile at a higher clip. But that's only if too much damage is not done, before then. So
Let them go and do what?
whatever it is they need to do, control it, right? You can't control what they do. And when we try to control it, that's where the resentment and stuff builds, right? So it's like when you sign up to be a husband, you don't say you're going to do all of these things if she does X, Y, and Z. So just because she is not, that don't mean you should stop doing what you're supposed to do.
But do men ever stop paying the bills?
Absolutely. When she leaves, yeah.
You saying that? What do you mean?
No, what I'm saying is just because we don't stop paying the bills doesn't mean that they're going to operate and move like we do, right? But like if you say, okay, should men start leaving sooner? That's like us stepping down and doing what they do. So how is that going to be effective?
Do you think that men should? Well, do you think that? At what point do men start protecting themselves, though?
It would depend. Protect yourself how? Like, give me an example. So like once you're in a marriage, it's no way you really can protect yourself outside of just paying attention, being attentive to what's going on so that you could try to identify things sooner than later, right?
So you don't think the person that initiates something has upper hand,
the person,
especially in the courts?
the person. So like you're saying, if the man was to initiate the divorce, he would have the upper hand.
Yeah, because he's initiating, he's starting it. Well, also just like they said, I think Q said it. But whomever in like family court, whoever initiates child support, child custody, often has the upper hand in that situation. Q, if you didn't say it, my bad. I just felt like somebody said it up here, but I think you did.
Yeah, I did.
Right, but again, I think once you're married, we don't need to start moving like that because what you're doing is you're trying to prepare for failure. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a bad way to go. It's one of those things that, like, once you open the door for it, so many men would just kind of run to do it, right? So I definitely think there are situations to where, yo, bro, she's clearly checked all the way out. She is out to, destroy you, especially if you married the wrong person. But I don't think that needs to be like that's applicable to the majority of those situations. Because once you marry, whether I feel like if you're the man and you initiate the divorce or whatever, she's still going to be more likely to get the kids unless she's an unfit mother, and that you can prove that. So it don't matter who initiated.
Can you read this super chat for me?
Adrian, when a woman makes up her mind to leave, she's done. She's mentally left a long time ago. She's not coming back. That's not true. You know how many women I done messed over who still trying to come back?
Married women. Shanae with the $5 super chat. We appreciate you, Shanae. I don't know.
I'm telling you, the issue is in how we wait. When I talk to, there's a lot of women who, after the fact, and they're not going to tell a lot of people this, right? But I know it from just women that I work with. A lot of times, once they leave the man, and it was a good man, you know what I'm saying? They always will regret it, because we always think the grass is greener. A lot of people always think the grass is greener on the other side, right? Like, I'm sure some people on this panel, hopefully they will be honest and they would say, yo, I left a situation that if I could go back, I wish I would have stayed. I think a lot of women end up coming to that realization. Of course,
I don't know. I just don't know if regret means they want to go back. I don't know if those two are mutually exclusive.
Well, it's because they typically don't have the option to. Right. But what I'm saying is, if it happens soon, and a lot of times women stay because the man, yo, you don't need to leave, and dun. I feel like in those situations, if the man just lets her know, hey, I don't want you to go, and she goes, she'll come back. She'll come back. That's what I believe. I feel.
Oh my God,
it happens all the time.